Come in.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you, Mickey? Lisa from ADP. It's
Hi, nice to see you again.
It's been, what, a week now?
Yeah.
Things are coming along?
They are indeed.
Good.
Busy. What can I say?
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever been involved in a startup, but it's just sucks all your time. That's
I bet you're here on a Saturday, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that typical, or is it just because of?
Oh well, no. Hopefully as we get going and we start getting the staff that we need. Not. Hopefully it won't be because you can only burn the candle at both ends for so long.
Exactly.
Right.
I was over at Bob's earlier, and he said to say hello.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, he's just got a great cup of coffee over there.
And that's exactly why I went there today.
Right.
Have you known him for a long time, or is it just since you moved over here?
Just since we moved here.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
He was actually my first customer.
Oh, is that right?
So I go over and visit him all the time.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
that's great.
he's a good guy. I like him.
Yeah.
So you only have about 20 minutes, is that correct?
Yeah, right.
Okay,
well, actually today probably only about 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's no problem.
Right.
I won't take any longer than your
Right.
time that you have. So our agenda, I was thinking about telling you a little bit more about ADP.
Okay.
Then asking some questions, just uncover how you manage your HR, tax filing, payroll.
Okay.
And then after that, after we uncover some needs, possible solutions, then I can explain to you a little bit about how ADP can help you.
That sounds great. All right.
Okay. So a little bit about ADP. We are one of the world's largest business processing and cloud-based solution providers in the entire world.
Oh, really?
And we help our customers using 3 main tools.
Okay.
Cash management, people management, and risk management. And over here are some examples for you.
Okay.
The cash management is basically your automatic payroll.
Okay.
Your people management is HR, your hiring, firing, and all of your employee information.
Okay.
And then the risk management is tax filing and compliance rules.
Oh, and that is a headache.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, to start out, some questions here.
Okay.
Who does your payroll right now?
Actually, my chief operations officer, we have a CEO, Katie. She's been handling that for us.
Okay, and does she usually make the decision of how the payroll is made, or do you?
No, it's a joint effort. She's actually the person who enters the information, but certainly it's very much of a team environment here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How does she enter that information? Is it manual? Or
it's manually. We've created our own system.
Okay.
And of course we're in computers.
Right.
So,
IT people,
right,
you already
exactly.
know what's going on.
Right.
Does she tend to like it? Does she have any complaints?
It takes a lot of time.
Does it?
And it's not one of her favorite activities. It's pretty routine and pretty. It's just not an exciting thing to do, is it? Really?
Right, and she does it manually.
She does, yeah.
Yeah, of course. That's probably what takes the most time.
Right.
Does she handle anything else, like the HR?
She's actually I'm primarily doing the HR right now.
Okay.
And Katie's role is really sort of just to keep the whole company going and particularly overseeing, as we expand. So,
okay.
As I said, she's involved in sort of all the operations, so she's got a lot of different hats on.
Right. So she's pretty busy, huh?
Right. She is.
Okay.
We all are. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. There's tons of people out in your lobby right now.
Right.
So you handle most of the HR. Is that meaning the hiring, firing processes?
It does, right, in terms of recruiting and hiring. We haven't had to fire anybody yet, but as we get bigger. But certainly we've been adding a lot of different staff in the last couple of weeks and plan to continue to for the next several months.
Okay, that's exciting.
Yeah.
You're planning to grow.
Absolutely.
Do you see yourself maybe opening up another office somewhere else after this one?
Well, let's see how this one goes. Right. We moved up here from Florida. The sky's the limit, frankly. It's kind of exciting times.
Yeah,
right.
That's really great to hear.
Right.
How do you do your hiring process right now?
We recruit from the universities, the local universities. We recruit from just sort of the whole sort of informal networking. It's just sort of word of mouth at this point, frankly.
Okay. Do you have any applications online, or is it simply just the word of mouth?
Just the word of mouth. We're not going through you mean like a monster.com and that sort of
thing?
Right. No, we're not doing that.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So do you have any sort of screening process that you do besides, just looking at
No, they all get the 30 seconds. They look over their resume. Mm-hmm. And it's starting to become a lot, I have to admit. The more we hire, the more time it takes. I can
imagine.
Right. So right now, nothing formally, other than just sort of a quick look, see if their skills meet our specific needs.
Okay. Would you be interested in some sort of screening process? It would be online. That would look through the applicants' how they were applying and see if they're even qualified before they come in for an interview.
That'd be great. Essentially a first pass.
Right.
Because that's what takes so much time. Sometimes you can get 100 resumes for one opening. It's just really takes a lot of time. Right. It is.
Yes.
It is.
Well, ADP has a screening process like that I can touch base on a little bit later for
really?
you.
Wow, okay,
yeah,
that's interesting to hear.
Yeah, definitely. I'll tell you a little bit about that. So when I pointed to the risk management, you said it was a hassle.
Yeah, taxes.
Tell me how you handle that.
The tax compliance is sometimes it's the sort of thing that keeps me up at night. In terms of making sure we meet the deadlines. You know, we're in 2 different states, so there's different state deadlines. There's different federal deadlines. We need to make sure we have enough cash in the bank to make those payments. We need to make sure we have the right forms. We need to make sure we make the right dates.
Seems like a lot of work.
It is.
It
is. And here's the thing: it seems to change every year. You know,
it does.
You know, there's different rules and regulations. So it's just it's
hard
a lot.
to keep on track of it, especially if you're handling the rest of the HR. You're handling growing right now.
Right.
That's just a pain.
Right.
So with that tax filing, does Katie do that as well, or do you two manage that together?
She handles it.
Okay.
You know, and we kind of put our heads together to make sure there's enough cash in the bank. You know, and when we need to make sure that happens.
Right.
So it's she handles the nuts and bolts of it, if you will, and I'm kind of involved on a sort of a helicopter level, if you will.
Okay. So you're the main decision maker of basically all the HR.
With her input, okay. Right.
Sounds good.
Right.
And you already said that you're planning on growing. Is there any other goals that you want to reach within the next 3 years within this company?
Well, you know, as I said, we'll see how the environment, the business environment is. It seems to be getting a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as I said, we're planning to grow. I don't really have a number of how many people we're planning to add. It's going to be based on how many projects we can get.
Okay.
So, you know, as I look in the future, as I said, the sky's bright. Who knows what's coming up?
Exactly. You know? Well, that is really exciting.
Right.
And congratulations on everything that you've already done. It's really coming along.
Right. Thank you.
Yes, no problem. So, after listening to some of those questions being answered, I assure you that ADP is going to definitely help you with some of those solutions. It sounds like you don't have much time, you're growing.
Right.
Katie is kind of all over the place. She's handling the payroll, she's handling some of the HR, she's kind of doing it all.
Right.
And then you're doing the HR, the hiring.
Right.
But as you said, it's time consuming, and Katie said the payroll is time consuming.
Right.
So I have a couple of things that I think we can help you with. And I have a demo that I can show you so you can kind of get more of a grasp for it here. So we have automated payroll. And that's going to be nice for Katie because everything doesn't have to be turned in manually.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not going to take her all that time. And you can, let's see, if it goes into here, you can look at it anytime, anywhere. On your iPad, on a phone, on a computer.
How interesting.
I know. It's
great. And you can't believe you can do it on your phone. But what about the security of that?
It's 100% secure. Everything is stored in the cloud, which as IT people, I'm sure you probably understand. And yeah, it's 100% secure.
Okay.
So if you have any problems with that, any issues with that, we are here 24/7.
So it's stored in the cloud.
It is stored in the cloud.
Right, and you know, we'd have a password, I guess, for getting details off the phone.
Exactly.
Right.
So this is the payroll, and you can see that there's your direct deposit. You can do it on or off, and it shows the statements. It shows the exact accounts, where it's coming from.
Right.
So that's super helpful.
Right.
And not only she can look at it, but you can look at it too. You said that you kind of make all the decisions based on that. The other thing that we have for you is the HR. So I talked about the screening service earlier. So with the HR, we have a screening service that it looks at every detail in an applicant's application that they give you.
Okay.
And they see if it's qualified before it even sends you
their
resume.
This is done automatically. What do they screen for? Specific keywords?
Yeah, keywords and exactly what you're looking for in the description.
Right.
And then so it sends you theirs, and then you already know that they're qualified enough for the job, so you just decide who you get to.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's great. You know, it weeds out all the non-potential people.
Right.
And
because that really can take up a lot of extra time.
Oh, I assure you that.
Right. And you can do this all online. Is it on laptop? I mean, or a desktop as well?
Everything. Everything's at the touch of your hand.
Right.
The other thing that's neat is, I'm sure since you're growing, you're going to need to find an easier way to go through all of your employees.
Oh.
So this is all of your employees. If you click on one of them, it shows their birthday. It shows
the contact.
if they're full-time, it shows their salary. It even shows which department they're in.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just nice to keep track.
Yes, it will be, especially as we get bigger, I should say.
Exactly.
Right. How interesting.
I love that it shows the birthday.
Right.
Kind of takes you back to a perspective.
Well, that's part of our culture
too,
that we're really very much into sort of, taking care of our employees, and they'll take care of our customers.
I'm sure you'll go up to one of your employees and say, "Happy birthday," and they'll be like, "How do you know that?" And finally, this is the dictionary. This is gold to us. That shows you all of the tax compliance and all the tax filing rules.
Wow, how interesting.
So you're never going to be late on a payment. You're never going to know. You're never going to be confused about which one is.
Oh, this is pretty informative in regards to that. Now, is it do we still have to file, or is that something you would handle?
We file it for you.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So we take care of that. It's totally off of your hands. You don't even have to think about it. If for some odd reason there is a mistake, we pay for everything, every detail. So you don't have to worry about anything.
How interesting.
Yes.
Well, all of this sounds quite interesting, but it sounds expensive too. I mean, like you said, you're the largest company in terms of automatic processing. Do you deal with small? We're still very much a small company. Do you deal with small companies like this? I mean, is this something that's going to be affordable for us?
Oh, definitely. We deal with small companies, medium companies, large companies, all of the above.
Right.
And we look at it as an investment. It's really, since you're growing, you're not going to have time to do that back office administration anymore, and we want to do that for you. Your motto is, you do IT so we don't have to. Ours is basically the exact opposite. We do the back office administration so you don't have to.
Oh, okay. I like that.
And it's really just a matter of if this is worth your time.
Okay.
It's an investment worth your time.
Right.
That's what we like to say.
And there's an opportunity cost involved always, isn't there?
Oh, yeah, definitely. But
so, well, you've piqued my interest for sure. I would really want to discuss this with Katie. I mean, it's really her bailiwick. I am involved in the HR, but a lot of this is under her auspices. So, let me chat with her.
Sure. Would you want to set up a meeting so that she could come in and see the demo and see if that's something that she's interested in with us?
Yeah, I guess that does make sense.
Okay. Sounds good. How about next week? Maybe
next week
Tuesday or Wednesday?
Probably next Tuesday at this time, I think would be a good time.
Next Tuesday at this time?
Right.
Okay, I'll send you an email confirmation.
Thanks
so
much
again for meeting.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you.